Have you ever paused in front of a mirror and wondered, why do I still look so young? People comment on it. Friends say you haven't aged a day. Strangers ask your age and then do a double take. And maybe you just smile, shrug, and say, good genes, I guess. But deep down, you sense it might be something more, something unexplainable, something spiritual. Because looking young isn't always about the latest skincare routine, the perfect diet, or the number of hours you sleep. Sometimes it's a reflection of who you are at your core, the kind of energy you carry, the thoughts you think, and the way your soul moves through this life. What if your youthful appearance is actually a sign from the universe? A message, a mirror, a quiet whisper that says, you're living closer to your true essence. In today's video, we'll explore what it really means, on a spiritual level, when you appear younger than your age, and why that might say something beautiful about your soul's journey on this earth. Let's begin. In the spiritual world, everything is energy, and every soul vibrates at a certain frequency, some low, heavy, burdened by fear or resentment, others high, light and alive with peace, love and presence. When your soul vibrates at a higher frequency, it doesn't just affect how you feel inside. It shapes how the world sees you. You begin to radiate a kind of vitality, a quiet glow that no makeup can mimic, a brightness in your eyes that isn't from caffeine or good lighting, but from an inner clarity, a lightness of being. People may not be able to put it into words. They just say, you look amazing, or you haven't changed a bit. But what they're really responding to is your energy. They're sensing the harmony between your inner world and your outer expression, and that kind of alignment doesn't age. In spiritual terms, youthfulness is often a byproduct of alignment with the soul. You're not dragging years of bitterness behind you. You're not pretending to be someone you're not. You're living close to your essence, and that essence is timeless. When your thoughts are kind, your heart is open, and your spirit is free. It shows, not in a loud or flashy way, but in the quiet grace of someone who has made peace with themselves. So when you appear younger than your age, consider that it might be more than skincare or luck. It might be a reflection of the frequency of your soul and the light you've chosen to carry in this lifetime. There's something rare and sacred about someone who's kept their childlike spirit alive. We're not talking about immaturity. We're talking about something much deeper, a kind of soul memory that remembers how to wonder, how to play, how to feel deeply without shame. As children, we're naturally connected to the present moment. We don't obsess over wrinkles or timelines. We see beauty in puddles, mystery in shadows, and joy in the simplest things. But as we grow, we're taught to be serious, logical, and realistic. Many lose that spark, but some people don't. You didn't. You've kept a sense of curiosity about life. You still laugh fully. You find delight in the little things. The sound of rain on a window, the colors of the sky, the way the wind moves through the trees. Spiritually, this is seen as a sign of a soul that has not hardened, despite the challenges of life. A soul that chooses softness in a world that often rewards armor. This childlike energy is powerful. It keeps your mind open, your heart light, and your body alive. Stress doesn't stick to you the same way. You recover faster, emotionally and even physically, and your body reflects that vitality. In many mystical traditions, childlike wonder is considered the purest form of connection to the divine, because it means your ego isn't constantly in control. You're allowing your spirit to lead. So when people say you look younger than you are, maybe it's because they're seeing the spark of your inner child, the part of you that still believes in beauty, still dares to dream, and still trusts that life is, at its core, something magical. In a world that tries to age us with worry, deadlines, and cynicism, Your youthful appearance is more than luck. It's a quiet rebellion, a sign that your spirit still remembers how to dance. Before we continue, please take a moment to like this video. Your support helps more people discover these ideas. And if you're enjoying this journey into the mysteries of the mind, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Now, back to the video. There's a certain glow that comes from someone who is living in alignment. It's not the glow of perfection, but the radiance of someone who has stopped fighting who they are, someone who has come home to themselves. In the spiritual sense, alignment means living in tune with your inner truth, listening to your intuition, saying yes when it feels right, and no when your soul whispers, not this. It means honoring your body, your emotions, your time, and your path, even when the world tries to pull you in another direction. When you live in this kind of alignment, it changes your entire nervous system. Your body isn't constantly in survival mode. Your mind isn't at war with your heart. You're not draining energy trying to be someone else. And what does that mean? You age more slowly, because your body isn't carrying the heavy load of unresolved stress, suppressed feelings, or self-betrayal. You move through life more peacefully. You take care of yourself, not out of punishment, but out of love. You create space for silence, reflection, connection, and joy. Many people chase youth by chasing outer things, new diets, expensive creams, constant distraction. But spiritual youthfulness comes from inner coherence, when your values match your actions, when your soul is no longer screaming to be heard, because you're already listening. This doesn't mean your life is perfect, but it does mean you've chosen to walk through it with presence and honesty. And that kind of integrity, it's ageless. So if people say you look calm, radiant, or youthful, it may be because you're not carrying the weight of living a life that wasn't meant for you. You've chosen alignment over approval, peace over performance, and in doing so, you've gifted your body the thing it needs most: harmony. Sometimes, people who appear younger than their age are not just young at heart. They're actually old souls, ancient in wisdom, yet somehow untouched by the heaviness of time. It's a beautiful paradox, to be deeply rooted in experience, but still carry the lightness of new beginnings. Old souls often move through life differently. They don't chase trends or get caught up in drama. They see through illusions, speak with care, and often feel older than their peers from a young age. But here's the secret. Because they've seen through so much, they no longer hold on tightly to what doesn't matter. They've let go. And this letting go is what keeps their energy fresh. They're not weighed down by the same baggage others carry. They're not stuck in endless comparison, ego games, or fear of judgment. They walk with quiet confidence, and that confidence is magnetic. Energetically, this creates a powerful mix, the depth of age and the light of youth. It's why you might feel both grounded and free, why people are drawn to you, not because you try to impress them, but because you remind them of something pure, something real. In spiritual terms, this is often the mark of a soul who's lived many lifetimes and who has finally learned to move with grace, not resistance. When you appear younger than your age, it may not be that you're resisting time, but that you've learned to flow with it, to let life pass through you without clinging, without fear. Your youthfulness isn't just in your skin, it's in your gaze, your energy, your presence. You are both ancient and new, rooted and rising, an old soul, carrying fresh light. So, if people say, "You look younger than your age," smile. Not because it's a compliment about your appearance, but because it's a quiet recognition of something much deeper. They're seeing the frequency of your soul. They're feeling the presence of your inner child, still curious, still open. They're sensing a life that's been lived in alignment, and the wisdom of an old soul who carries light, not weight. This kind of youthfulness can't be bought, it can't be faked, and it can't be taken from you. It's the reward for the inner work you've done, for choosing love over fear, presence over performance, simplicity over noise. So the next time you look in the mirror, don't just look for lines or flaws. Look for the light. Look for the softness in your eyes, the kindness in your expression, the peace in your posture. Because those are signs of a soul that is alive. And a soul that is alive, fully, freely, authentically, is always, in some way, ageless. If this message spoke to something in your heart, if it reminded you of your own light, your journey, your spirit, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment. Do people often say you look younger than your age? And if you feel someone else might need to hear this, share it with them. Stay light, and keep honoring the spirit that lives within you. See you in the next video.